about the opposition. The opposition is the maneuver that permits you to restrict your opponent's king. So, for example, if I had my king here and I played in this direction, I would restrict the movement of my opponent. So he will need to play in one of these directions, and then I can outflank playing in this direction. For example, if he had played here, I would outflank. Why I want to outflank? Yeah, well, it's quite easy. If I have one pawn here and I outflank my opponent, I will be able to protect the promotion. So it's very important to apply these two concepts. About this opposition, this is the direct opposition. We have another kinds of oppositions. For example, if I had my king here and I played in this direction, again, I'm giving opposition. Think about one interesting fact. The number of squares between the kings aren't paired. So when you play the king, the squares between both kings never are pairs, okay? I don't know the name in English, so never are pairs. You want to think about that. Another example is, for example, if I had the king here, of course, this is an idea, but this is a diagonal opposition. Oh, okay, this is easy. Direct opposition, the number of squares between the kings aren't pair. Great. What about if the king is far away? For example, if I had my king here, I would think the same way. The number of squares after I play between the kings never are paired. So 1, 2, 3. This isn't pair. Let's go. I have opposition. Let's see. If he plays here, opposition. And now I will outflank. Opposition, outflank. It's over. Okay? Another example. If I have the king, for example, here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I cannot have the opposition. So my opponent has the opposition. This is the indirect opposition. In Portuguese, we say different way, but well, the concept is the same. Okay, we say distant opposition. For example, if I play in this direction, let's think with black. 1, 2. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I have the opposition. If I play here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But well, think I can outflank. So if I play here and he plays there, for example, 1, 2, 3. Okay, I can play here, but I can outflank again. Why I cannot outflank? Because I will have the opposition then. So outflank, outflank, and outflank. It's over. Okay, so it's very interesting, this concept, because you will apply this in almost all of your endgames. So it is very important. If you want to be a master, a strong player, you will need to know and apply very well this concept. Let's see a special case. For example, I will strange words. I will put my king here, for example. And, well, I cannot have the direct opposition. I cannot put on any diagonal. Well, I have one. If I play here, this isn't pair. So this is an idea. But what if I have the king here? For example, can I make opposition? I cannot put in front, lateral, diagonal, I cannot do nothing. So a way to know if I can have the opposition is to think about squares. So I want to imagine squares on the chessboard where the corners are all of the same color. So I will begin with the color of my opponent's king. And the king is on a white square. So now I want to create squares with white corners. So white, 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 white. Okay, I cannot go here. White, white. Oh my god, I cannot give opposition. What about the king is here? Was here, sorry. Let's see. White, 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 white. I cannot go here. But white, white. Okay, this is a square, I hope. A rectangle, but rectangles are squares too, so okay, I'm correct. And if I play here, I will give opposition. This is very interesting, and this is a special case. And you won't never be afraid of give opposition or lose the opposition on an endgame. Now we need to see some practical examples. So we've already saw the direct opposition, the indirect opposition, why are endgames important, and now we will learn a little bit with the masters. So the first game I'm going to show you was played at 86 on the last century, of course, 2 centuries ago, sorry. And William Steinitz is playing white. He was the first FIDE world champion, and he is playing against Johannes, I don't know, Zukertort. And well, let's see. Today I've put the position correct because I want later to analyze all of these games deeply with you. Of course, if you're seeing some value on this video, oh my god, sorry, the wrong layout. If you're seeing some value in this video, you can always like, you can always subscribe, and well, you can always commentate too. I will be very grateful because this will help me to continue producing and creating new videos, and of course will help the channel with the famous YouTube algorithm. So thanks again. So the first position is this position we are seeing, and well, Steinitz has played h4. h4 it's necessary because this king was attacking the pawn, but it is very interesting and intelligent because now the king cannot take, and I have a majority of pawns because I have on the king side, because I have 3 pawns and my opponent just has 1, Zukertort, of course. And well, he has played king to f5, and now king f2, king e4. Have you seen the move? It's quite easy now because we've been talking about opposition. So the move is, yes, correct, king e2, and we have the opposition. This game is completely won for white. Why? Because black will play c5, and now I have b3, king, king, and after king to f4, this move wins the game. Why? It is easy because if pawn takes, I cannot do the movement because chess.com don't let me. But if pawn takes, I will take with the king. I have opposition, and then if this king plays here, I will play g3, and g3 wins the game. because if he takes, I advance and I will promote. So the game is completely won. So this is our first position. It's quite instructive and it's quite easy. Now, the second game is between one genius. He was American, and in my opinion, probably the all-time best chess player is Bobby Fischer, of course. And Bobby Fischer has played on 72 on the world match for the world championship against Boris Spassky. And, well, he has made a beautiful endgame. Because right now, he has played king to g2 and then h5. After h5, he has played rook to attack the bishop and rook d1, king. Beautiful. He is thinking about the fact that his opponent has two advanced pawns. We sit and we look to this position and we think, well, this isn't easy for white because black has a bishop and two pawns and I have the rook. So, okay, counting the material, white has just one pawn, plus one pawn, but Fischer was a great player. So he continues like that, king e2, and now rook, pawn, pawn, and pawn. Takes, and after pawn, now I have passed protected pawn. Protected passed pawn, I don't know the order. If you have the correction, you can always put on the commentary. Thank you. So bishop, and now rook attacking the pawn. So he has advanced, and now we have a tactical move. So rook takes. Of course, if the pawn takes, I will take the rook. And he has played that. And now check, king, and he is forcing a checkmate. So black is needs to play rook to d8. And now let's exchange the rook. This has continued with rook again. He is always trying to find out a way to give checkmate. And after rook b1, this position is completely won. So what is the difference between a strong GM and I don't know, 1-5-0 player? The difference is that when you see a GM playing like Bobby Fischer, he will evaluate his position and he will see that he needs to activate the king. He is not afraid to move, to do this kind of stuff, because with practice, study, and with comprehension of the position, you will be able to do this kind of stuff. The last game is between two legends. This game was played at 86 and is a game between Anatoly Karpov and Garry Kasparov. So this game was won by Anatoly Karpov. He was a great endgame player. So this is an interesting position because black is attacking the rook and the pawn, and here Karpov plays the bishop, and it's very interesting to evaluate this position because it's asymmetric. White has potential on the F column, and white has position on the B because, well, doesn't exist any pawn in front of this pawn. So rook takes, and Karpov will give check. Takes, and now the principal difference between white and black's position is the activity of his king, and he will bring his king to the center, and now the game is over. So here black has resigned because I can give opposition if I want, and it doesn't exist nothing for black. And look, it's quite simple. He just has played the king to try to create problems on the queen side. So Karpov was a very strong player. So today we've talked about opposition on the end games. I hope you have seen some value in this video. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, talk with me. You can always try to find out my chess.com account, Dark Attack with underscore between the two words, and give you some news, some commentaries, and I hope you enjoy. Tomorrow we will talk about king and pawn against king. When I can win, when the game is draw. So I hope you enjoyed. Well, good continuation. Have a good night. Bye bye. Till tomorrow.